Hey guys, you're watching In the Boat with Ben TV. I'm Ben,
And I'm Rachel.
and for episode 9, we're going to talk about 7 tips to help you and your family avoid burnout. Number 1, let go of unnecessary activities. So, if we take stock of our time, most of us have things that we do that don't really add value to our time. These may be things like watching Netflix, or playing on Facebook, or playing video games. And while you may not want to remove those completely, you could at least scale back on some of those activities to open up a little bit more time for the things that do add value to your life. Additionally, there may be some things that you're doing that are a part of helping you reach your goals or a part of your standard of living, but maybe are too much for you to do in this season in your life. It's okay to say no to some of those things for now, knowing that you'll add them back in later when it's a better time.
So, cleaning.
Cleaning could be one of those things.
We haven't cleaned in a really long time.
Well, it depends on your definition of cleaning.
Well, we tidy.
Yeah, we tidy.
Number 2 is remove unnecessary things from your environment. There's this little book called The Life Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And while it's a little bit extreme, what it ultimately teaches is how to discard things and how to determine what in your environment is something that you take joy in and what can just be given away. And we have gone through several of our rooms in our house just chucking stuff
Mm-hmm.
because it really feels good to get rid of stuff. And one of the things that we found when we actually get rid of things and reduce clutter is that it opens up space in our brains and we find that we can relax more and just rest. It's really nice.
One of the things I like the most about that book is how you're supposed to fold your socks, not like roll them up in a ball,
Mm-hmm.
but actually fold them over gently.
Do you fold your socks?
I don't.
I do.
I just throw mine into a drawer. Number 3 is schedule stress relieving activities. Now, wait, Ben, didn't you just tell us that we were supposed to remove activities? Well, yes, but scheduling stress relieving activities is a great way to help you feel more relaxed, remove stress from your life. And ultimately, that's going to help you feel more relaxed when you're doing things that normally would cause stress. So, stress relieving activities can be things like exercising, it can be having a regularly scheduled time to sit down and read a book, it can be meditation. There are a number of things that you can do, but add these into your life as long as they don't add additional stress. But you'll find that if it's something that truly relieves stress, it's going to make every other area of your life a little bit easier.
You know what makes me stressed?
What?
That big tower of books on my bedside table.
Why are you reading so many books?
I love books.
You love books, but you're stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense.
Number 4, change your perspective. Sometimes we can get in these little funks that make us feel like we're the only ones who aren't doing everything, or that we're really not doing a very good job keeping up with things. But when we can look at other people's situations and when we can talk to other people or we see that other people struggle with the same things we do, we can feel less alone.
Number 5, interrupt your routine. So in football, they have what's called calling an audible. And basically, they have a plan, they have a play in mind that they're going to do. And then at the last minute, somebody calls out and just changes something. And it might be a big change or it might be a little change, but it's a change to what was originally planned. And sometimes we need to do this in our life. Sometimes we have these routines and these plans, and to help us get out of the daily grind of that routine, we just need to call an audible. It could look like giving your kids a day off from school and just taking a random trip to the zoo. It could look like sleeping in later than you normally would, or it could look like taking a break from your work and just going for a jog. So, finding those moments when you can take a break from your normal routine, not all the time, but every once in a while, can be a great way to shake things up and relieve some stress.
So, are you telling me that it's okay for my kid to miss school just because?
It's okay for your kid to miss school just because. They call it mental health days. Number 6 is realign your activities with your goals. Now, sometimes we get into this mode where we're really zoomed in and we're doing the activities that we had decided when we first set our goals were the things that were going to get us there, the things that we needed to do. And every once in a while, we need to zoom out and we need to see if all of the things that we're doing are really still necessary in order for us to accomplish our goal. Sometimes our circumstances change and the rhythms that we had established for the circumstances we were in no longer really work for our new set of circumstances. So when you zoom out, it's a great opportunity to take stock of the things that you're doing and decide, are these activities really in favor of my goals? And then adjust accordingly.
Number 7 is make time for rest. And the ways that we can do something like this are to schedule a sabbatical. We try to take a sabbatical every 7 weeks, and it's just where we take a week away from work. And we can do other things such as learning something new, or at the end of this last year, I took 2 weeks off and just hung out with my kids and finished up on some Christmas gifts and those kinds of things. But it's really a time of just refreshing and renewal so that we can come back fresh and ready to work again. And that also goes for the kids because the fact of it is, we have a never ending job when it comes to our kids. And we also need time off from the daily raising of them. And so it is worthwhile for us to find people to help us take some time away. We try to take a weekend every quarter, and our parents are pretty good about taking our kids and entertaining them for 3 days so that we can have some time away and just enjoy each other as a couple.
Scheduling sabbatical time is really great. It's been phenomenal for us in terms of helping us not feel as burned out, but it is a pretty big step. Also, getting the kids taken care of once a quarter, actually sending them away and having a weekend, that's something that not everybody feels like they can do. And that can also take quite a bit of preparation and work. But even on a small scale, we can build rest into our daily life by creating some margin in our schedule. Sometimes we schedule things right up against one another, and if we were to look at a view of our calendar, we'd have these blocks of activities just back to back piled on top of each other. And by building margin into our schedules, we're giving ourselves some breathing room between those activities. And a lot of people don't do this because they think, well, that's not very productive. That's not a good use of my time. What am I going to do with that margin time? But really, that margin time, if you schedule it and you really stick to it, that rest can actually make you more productive during the times that you're working. And it just helps you to feel refreshed and renewed, even when you can't take those extended breaks.
I'm really bad about margin.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just confess right now.
We need to work on your margin. So, those were 7 tips to help you and your family avoid burnout. And just to recap, those 7 tips are: 1, remove unnecessary things from your schedule. 2, remove unnecessary items or things from your environment. 3, add stress relieving activities to your schedule. 4, change your perspective. 5, interrupt your routine. Call an audible every once in a while. 6, take time to zoom out and make sure that your activities are still aligned with your goals, removing anything that is no longer serving your goals. And then 7, make time to rest. Take a sabbatical if you need to. Send the kids away for a weekend, or at the very least, schedule margin into your daily routine. Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, you can go to intheboatwithben.com. We host a weekly podcast there where we talk about topics like this and we go a little bit more in depth. While you're there, you can also sign up for our weekly newsletter. If you do, we'll send you a free gift. You can also get more videos like this by subscribing to this channel. Thanks for watching.